Hold on. Let me take a sip.
All right, are we ready to kick off New Year?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for 2023.
Well, let's wrap up 2022 and just say goodbye to it and leave it all behind. Although I feel like we've done so much growth. Talk about you personally in 2022 and like some of the things that you've accomplished.
Oh my gosh. Insane. I had a really great, although I've pretty sure I say at the end of every year, like, that was a really great year. I've had a couple of really, really great
I never say that every year.
Oh my gosh. I've been thinking I've had some really great years, but this one for me was definitely one for the books. I just accomplished so much independently.
Same.
And I grew so much personally.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of myself. I've like learned to set boundaries more and be really diligent about that.
Yeah.
Has been huge. Thank you to my therapist.
There you go.
Yeah. And then I did so much.
Yeah, same.
Like, I booked a trip to Vegas and then I left 4 days later.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I went to Utah with my dad. I jumped bandwagon on his work trip.
Hey, whatever.
Ski in Utah. That was crazy.
No judgment.
Yeah. I had a ridiculously good sailing season. That was really fun. We got some trophies this year.
Very
nice.
nice.
A huge accomplishment. I taught myself how to use Adobe Suite, kind of.
You're getting there.
Oh, I flew a plane.
Right?
I learned to fly a plane. That was on like
Very
a random
cool.
Tuesday. That was super fun. I was in a dunks ad. That was this year. Was on the radio quite a bit.
Yeah.
People like to listen to me. That's weird. Yeah, we started a podcast. Duh.
Yeah.
That was it. Duh.
What'd you do this year? Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
And then you're all bitter about not making your book goal, but you still managed with all of that shit to still do how many books?
$28.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think you crushed it
And
this
traveled
year.
a ton. And I would be remiss to say, like, it was definitely a really big single year. This is probably like the longest chunk of time that I remained single.
Yeah.
And didn't have anybody in particular
How
that
many
I was
dates
talking
did
to.
we get a tally?
Oh
did
my
we get
God,
a body
no.
count?
Thank God. No, it was not that bad. I had like a few key players through the year that I like saw off and on, and I will say I met some great guys. Like, I met some really great people that I will continue to be friends with. They weren't necessarily like the one.
Uh-huh. I did have a funny moment last night at the bar where someone was saying to me, I was trying to set them up with another one of my girlfriends.
Yeah.
And he was like, what am I, Tori? I'm not doing this for you.
Excuse me, sir. I don't do it for you. I do it for my podcast. No,
Exactly.
the podcast was definitely a motivator to like force myself into getting out and dating.
Go
and
out, kiss a couple frogs, see what's out there.
There were quite a few frogs.
Shake it up.
No, but I think I just took everything. It allowed me to like keep a sense of humor about things and not take anything too seriously and not get down about the fact that I'm like single and dating and doing my thing. Because even if it was the most ridiculous situation, the most ridiculous conversations, all I kept thinking in the back of my head was like, this is great ass content.
Got a lot of content. Got a lot of content. It's for the content.
Amazing.
Plenty of things to talk about.
But I definitely am excited about how many people and friends I got out of it. Because I'm not somebody who like, oh, I'll date you and then move on. Like, I'm like, no, now we're friends.
Right.
Like, that was okay. So
Which
I don't
is
like
good.
won't make you out with you anymore, but like, we'll just hang out and just get a beer later.
The
like,
makeout
cool?
portion of this relationship is now ended.
Yes. Yep.
It was great or not.
Yeah.
And this is where I see us going forward from
and
there.
then like maybe a few people that I'm like met and I'm like kind of waiting to see where it goes. And
Awesome.
Some things that'll carry into hoping, cross my fingers, it'll carry into 2023 and we'll see.
That's good growth.
Fuck that guy though. That's making fun of me for going on dates.
He didn't make fun of you. He just said he wasn't going to do it for any sort of content purposes for me, I think really was what it boiled down to. It's like, I didn't want you for that. I just wanted you to go on a date. I don't know.
Also, like, I'm trying to meet people too. I'm not just like, I'm going to date you for my pot. Well, there is a little bit of that. Like, but,
thank you for being honest with us.
No, there was a guy that never ate or drank anything.
Yeah. Dude, I can't. And you gave that one a second chance, which I was shocked about.
He's a nice guy. We just speak two different languages, I think. But then there was the guy
and
that
especially since we roasted him over his Instagram post that.
Oh my
also,
God, yes.
So.
Yeah.
And then you somehow he managed back on the Rolodex. I don't know, whatever.
He's not self-entertainment, really. The guy that got pooped on.
That was really high up there.
That was a good one. Yeah. Oh my God. I think if I like had a year, I would like sit down and listen to all our episodes and be like, oh my God, I forgot about that.
Please go back. Some of our top episodes were your coastal grandma. Don't find me on LinkedIn.
When people were sliding into my LinkedIn messages to ask me out, I forgot about that.
Mother Vegas babies, tequila and tassels. Also another good one.
Where were we talking about? You were talking about the swirly tassel tits.
Yeah.
Lack of a better. And I'm like grabbing my chest as I say that. I'm like trying to remember what that was.
And then t-shirt time.
We talked about how we talked about how I sleep.
A little quirk of twerkies. A little quirk of Tories.
I sleep with a t-shirt over my face.
Too many tequila and tassels.
Guys, I've been very, very vulnerable with you over 2022.
You really have. And I think that if you'd like to get to know Tori a little bit better and you're just finding us because you can see us now, go on back. Listen to some of those episodes. There's some gems in there.
I will say it is an interesting part of dating, right? And that I discovered through this year is that like people get so much more information about me because they can go to this podcast. Yeah. They can hear stories and they can hear things that I think or my perspectives on stuff. So they get an easier, much easier perspective on me and who I am than I get on them because I feel like, especially as people who listen to the podcast, they sit down, they're like, oh, I know you're into this, 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 and this. And I sit down and I'm like, great, but who the fuck are you? Like, I have no clue. So I think 2023 is going to be about finding that balance, like learning about people, but also recognizing people might know things about me. And it's going to be an interesting thing.
2022, I definitely stepped into myself more. As far as even with this pod, like for my growth, my husband was like, you've had all of this, you've like collected all of this knowledge, but for whatever reason, you just decided to start using it. Yeah. Like I have been learning how to do video production along with audio. Crazy. So like kind of like threw myself into it. I'm like, if you're never going to learn it, then you can't do it and get your hands dirty, even though I got my certificate last year. Yeah. So this year was like the year I started trying to do it. Yeah. Which was awesome. And then like we started this pod and now we've moved this pod to video. So like I'm employing that as well. And then starting my entertainment company because I was forced to. Like I had to like make money. And I was like, okay, how am I going to make money though?
How are we going to do this? Yeah. I would say starting your business was the biggest accomplishment for you.
Sure. Like actually employing it. Like I had already done it for a year. Yeah. But like it didn't make any money and I didn't really know what I was going to do with it. Yeah. So this year I not only did that, but I replaced my salaried income. Huge. Which is insane.
And it is so impressive to do in the first year. It's absolutely incredible.
So, and I mean, and that's I had all those skills and everything ready the year before.
You knew you could do it. It was
but I didn't do it. Yeah, for sure. So with that, I purchased my first new car.
Oh my God, I saw this. Tell me about it.
I purchased my first new car.
Excited?
I've never owned anything new in my entire life. Never. And I paid it off. Like I own it. I don't have a car payment. I scrimped and saved this year.
Wow.
So like it's mine. I own it, which is like that's never happened. It's got 200 miles on it. I'm like, oh man.
That's crazy. You must be so excited.
It is, and it's the first car I've bought in 11 years. 11 years I've not had a new car. My car has like 347,000 miles on it. Like all of my children were raised in this car. That's like the mom car.
Oh my God.
So now I have like, I'm going to have it wrapped with like my business stuff on it. Like it's actually a business vehicle that I've got. So I'm like boss bitching a little bit, which is really like super exciting.
So incredibly proud of you to have a business in its really, really its first year, right? To make it so successful that you're able to make a purchase that is also like part of the business too is huge.
Yeah, I'm like it's never happened for me before, and it's like so weird to go from worker B, salaried worker to doing it for myself and the stressors that came along with it this year. Like I definitely I gained 20 pounds. Yeah, like all of the things that come along with the stress of that, which I'm working on for 2023. It's perfect. Some like new stuff. Perfect. So like got that going. Great. Now, can we have that going with actually being physically healthy? I would like to do that also.
Yeah, but
so those are my things.
But like still, like the it It's incredible. And the connections you're able to make in the community and the people we were able to bring onto the team and the supporters that you have.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
It's been incredible.
Super cool.
And I just can't thank you enough for allowing me to be on the team and be a part of it.
That's not even allowing. You were the catalyst that did it. Like, I feel like you've definitely given me a piece of like drive to be able to do it. Like, I'm like, I've just been collecting all of these skills and things, but I've never like put it into like motion.
Yeah.
It's like I finally built like I've had all the Legos.
Yeah.
I've just never built a castle with it.
Yeah.
I've never done anything with it.
It's been so fun to be a central part of it too, and to be part of the, even like corralling the team and being a part of the company itself, not just like a part of this podcast.
But
huge.
I attribute a lot of that to you though, because I mean, just showing up every day is part of it. Like when you show up every day and start working, that's the motion.
Yeah.
You're in motion.
And any spare moment I have, I like dump back into the company. What can I do? What can I do here? What can we do here? Where can
it's awesome.
What idea do we have? Where can we push the envelope here? What marketing pieces can we do? Like, let's keep going. I want to see the company flourish and be, excited. And I'm excited for the growth.
And I don't want to disappoint her.
Well, I will say, like, I, not to like toot my own horn, but like I run a business, right? So like there's a sense of like I do it as a salaried worker, but I still run the business in itself in my day-to-day life. So like I manage the employees, I work through those HR things, I do a lot of the management and the day-to-day management, and I feel like you are so good at what you do, and you had to kind of learn how to do the business management part.
Yeah, I suck at that. I'm working on it still because I'm a creative. I'm not like and to be both of them is really, really difficult all the time.
It's so hard. So it's been a great opportunity for me to come in and be like, okay, I have some skill sets here that I can help you with, and I can do some of the business stuff to help you with that.
And I'm glad to bring some creative stuff for you to be able to have that outlet and be able to like have fun with it and
it's
not
fun.
Like overanalyze everything. Because like you started out this year with like, we can't do what?
Like, we can't do that.
I'm like, no, we're doing it today. So let's do it.
So we started a video. We walked in and I was like, at some point we should start. And you were like, great. Bloop, camera's on. And I was like,
because that's the analysis paralysis that you sometimes suffer from. So I feel like we're really good together and the match of like pushing it forward. Like we're moving this rock forward. So I feel like that we've definitely grown there. And still I was able to go to Europe twice.
Yeah.
Go to California. Right? Twice. Whatever. And not for like a week, like 6 weeks. Like I spent 6 weeks in Europe this year.
Crazy.
Like that's insane to me, between my husband and I having our solo trip and then doing something with our family and then being able to have my solo trip to go and do the California coast.
It was awesome. So
right?
Cool.
And then do a Florida trip with my entire family. Like that was just really, really incredible to be able to have that space and still the growth and then be able to run a business. It's just like, it's wild to me to look back what I've done.
Yeah.
In 365 days.
Yeah. But it's getting me really excited for 2023. Like, listen, we can do all the things. We can run these businesses, we can have our podcast, we can have fun with it, and then we can travel and still have our own lives and our own relationships and find. The great thing about the podcast is like 3 days a week we sit down and we're like, all right, let's fucking talk about it. Like what happened? Where are the funny stories? Where are the problems? Where's the complications? What's going on in our lives? And how do we relate to it back and forth? And it's just fun.
Yeah, and it's not a bragging thing. I just feel like if I hopefully we are motivating you to do more stuff in your life and like come along for this ride with us and be part of it.
I am so proud of myself for, and I said it like I've been really vulnerable. Like it has actually been so difficult to come out of, I mean, I'm just going to say it, to come out of like a relationship that was very public and people saw the breakdown of it, and it was really, and that was not to my, what I wanted, but I didn't have a choice because
you didn't have control out of it, and you're very much a control freak.
And I'm also a very, very private person in general. I don't like to let people to really know the ins and outs of stuff, and I didn't have an option in that. And to come out of that and to decide to put myself on a public platform and to have a voice in it of my own, and it's scary. You're like, okay, people are going to hear me. People are going to talk about me. I am giving them something to discuss. It is so scary. But somewhere along the way, I just stopped giving a shit and like just started to really like sit in myself. Like, okay, no, that's my opinion. And I'm going to own it.
Exactly.
And then I'm going to change it tomorrow. And I'm going to own that. Like, that's what it is.
But that's it. This is where you are today
Yeah.
in your journey of life. And we can absolutely laugh about all the moments. And I definitely will go back and listen to a bunch of our earlier pods and see our growth too.
I thank you for that, because there were so many times where I'd be like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. And you'd be like, just fucking do it. Like, who cares? Stop thinking
it's just
about
today.
it. Just do it. And I can't. Yeah, I think you've been
it's
so
air,
influential in my
and
year.
it's gone. Like, that's it.
Well, except not, because it's on Spotify and it's on iTunes and it's on video. It's on YouTube.
You just have to think that it doesn't exist. Don't look behind you. Look ahead of you.
God forbid we like pop at some point.
We are. When we do.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, when we pop and somebody's going to go back and be like, cancel her for that. Cancel her for that. Cancel her.
We welcome this. We're growing. We're not saying we're right. We're not. This is not like a pod that we're telling you how to run your life on.
Yeah.
This is not a pod where we're giving you advice on
We're
things.
learning every day. We've offended some listeners along the way with some.
It's a pod where we talk shit
said.
about what's going on in the
Yeah.
world. And our opinions absolutely change every single day.
Yeah, totally.
That's what life is. You grow. You're not the same human you were 20 years ago. And if you are, I'm sorry.
I know.
We are not for you.
I can't believe it. I can't believe that we did 2 seasons. And in a year, 2 seasons in a year. We've got season 3 coming out. We've got more like, it's so fun to think about how much more stuff we're gonna do.
I know, and we're just like scraping the surface of this right now. We're just starting.
It's cool.
So I know.
I do want to thank for sure, like, whether you listen to the podcast or not, there's a couple of people out there who are super influential in forcing me to do this. I even had a friend who has his own podcast, and I remember texting him like the week before, like, I'm not doing this. And him being like, nope, like, you're going to do it. Like, this is like, just try it. And a couple of people for sure, you guys know who you are, like, who were super
and you
important
did it,
to
and you
me.
made the commitment, and we'd be remiss if we did not thank our barista very much for making sure that all of this shit goes.
Yeah.
Thank you. We love you, Cliff.
Is there anybody else we really feel like my sister's been like a listener constantly, so I love that.
Thank you. No, I feel like this is our Snoop Dogg moment. We want to thank ourselves because we did this.
Yeah.
That's it. So we'll see you in 2023. It's
Holy
insane.
shit.
I know, right?
Holy fuck balls.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2023. Could take a couple weeks off. Give you a break from us.
The First Shot Morning Show. We'll talk to you next year.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Stitcher, Public Radio, Google, iTunes, Spotify. Rate us on Spotify. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Is there anything else?
We beg of you, come along. There'll be more.
We'll have a better closer in 2023. I'll tell you that.
Yay.